see if this works. Share my screen with you real quick. Okay, I think we've got it. Oh, I need to start the recording here. So many. Now it's official. Okay, let me go into present mode here to make this a little bit bigger for you. Thank you for making it. I'm so excited to be able to share a bit of my heart with you guys. Let me adjust this really quick. Okay, so this is, I put a few slides together just about what is the business of coaching? What does it mean? What does it look like? I know that I have a lot of friends in the healthcare industry who are finding themselves in an interesting predicament. Not really interesting, kind of a horrible predicament. And my heart has really been to speak more to, okay, what can we do together to still fulfill that passion that we have to serve people and make a difference in their health, but do it on our own terms without having to comply to all these crazy mandates that are going on. I'm going to speak a little bit more to that. So that is kind of how I've tweaked this presentation a little bit. For those of you who don't know me, I want to share with you briefly, because this is more about you, not about me, but briefly a little bit more about where I'm coming from and what my background is in, and why I kind of fell in love with this business model that I didn't know existed. So my name is Jessica Lanier, and I am a registered nurse. I've got my bachelor's in nursing. I graduated in 2009 from Point Loma Nazarene University in San Diego, California. Throughout my nursing school journey, I encountered a ton of health problems, like I know many people do, because the stress is so insane. I went to specialist after specialist, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I will never forget walking into my primary care doctor's office and her saying, throwing this folder on the hospital table and saying, well, I was 20 at the time. Well, you've got the hormone levels of a 55-year-old woman. And I'm like, what? Why? Like, what do we do with that? And she's like, well, you need to be on birth control. I'm like, I don't need to be on birth control. Yep, that's what we're going to do to fix this problem. And my brain has always been wired to find out the root cause of a problem in life. It drives my husband bonkers because I'm always asking him why, like to explain things like, why are you doing things that way? And he hates it, but it's just the way that I'm wired. And so in this situation was no different. I wanted to understand why, as a 20-year-old, I was having so many health problems and so many hormonal imbalances and so many severe digestive disorders, and they wanted to put me on birth control. And to me, it didn't make sense because I was like, I don't have a birth control deficiency. Like, that's not getting to the root problem. But nevertheless, that's what happened. I had brain scans. They thought I maybe had a brain tumor that was affecting my hormone levels. I would be up in the middle of the night in my dorm room with my stomach so distended. I looked like I was 5 months pregnant, and I was in so much pain. And I went to GI specialists and endocrinologists. I had so much blood work done, scans, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong. Well, just take more Tums. Okay, you should try the Prilosec. And it was through that journey, through nursing school, that I started reaching out into different modalities of healing and health, and had an amazing chiropractor, and started researching more about nutrition, and realizing that even though I ate healthier than all my college friends and whole wheat everything, that I had some food intolerances. And I learned more about adrenal health, and I learned more about the GI, the gut brain axis, and the role of bacterial growth in your digestive system. And I started down this different path, even though I finished nursing school, took my NCLEX. I was really passionate more on the preventative side. So a quick note as to how I even got into nursing school, because I think this plays a difference into why I'm doing what I'm doing now. My dad and I, on my 11th birthday, were hit by a drunk driver. We were on a motorcycle. He was taking me out for a special dinner. We were hit head on, and I was in a coma and on life support for a week. I required extensive surgeries to save my left leg that was smashed between the motorcycle and the truck. And a couple weeks later, my dad actually passed away, but due to medical malpractice. And so at a young age, my life was really rocked by two preventable actions. Number one, someone getting behind the wheel under the influence, 100% preventable. And number two was the nurse who was taking care of my dad. He pulled out his feeding tube as he was coming out of a coma. And it was 4th of July weekend, and she didn't want to bother the doctor. So she just stuck it back into the hole where his feeding tube was in and continued the feeding. And it caused an infection called peritonitis. And that is what ultimately ended up ending his life. And so it was a lot. Like as a little girl, it was a lot, but I coped with that by recognizing if I could prevent preventable suffering in other people's lives, that's what I want to do for a living. It's what drove me to nursing school. And then I got into nursing school and I got into the medical field and I realized this isn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. I'm not preventing things like I thought I was going to be able to do. And that is when I started my education, became a certified holistic health coach. And I am a huge nerd when it comes to all things preventative health, nutrition. I learned about Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, all these different nutritional theories, about homeopathy, and I absolutely love it. And all of a sudden, all the pieces started fitting together with me with anatomy, physiology, and how our bodies work, and foundational health, and how when we address the foundation, a lot of the symptoms that people experience will go away. A lot of them, not all of them. And through that journey, I was able to heal myself completely. I didn't have a menstrual cycle for like 7 years. I know it's probably TMI, but I wanted to share that because a lot of people, a lot of women struggle with their hormones right now, right? And they think this is just the way that it is. It's not the way that it is. And I learned how to address my endocrine needs and my gut health, and my life is forever changed. And so now I get to do that from home. These are my three little monsters right here. This was taken a year ago. I now have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. This is my husband, and he's awesome. We are in a crazy chapter of our lives right now. We just moved last year from California to North Idaho because we wanted a different life for our kids with the world right now. And I was able to do that because of this coaching business. This income is what supported my family for that entire move while my husband was changing careers, and we couldn't have done it without it. So I found this kind of coaching opportunity when I was about 5.5 years ago. I had just had this guy right here. I was a new mom. I was working 40 to 60 hours a week as a prison nurse, and my husband was working so much overtime as a gang and narcotics investigator in prison. We worked at the same prison, and it was a crazy life that we were living. And someone had posted their before and after pictures after having a baby on Facebook, a stranger. And she had awesome abs. And I was a CrossFit chick before, a college athlete. I knew how to work out, but now I had a baby. And now I worked full time, and I didn't want to spend any time at a gym or anything like that. So I reached out to her. I was familiar with Beachbody before I had heard about it. I had my own like misconceptions about it, like whatever, that's a network marketing thing. I did P90X before, got great results, but I didn't know anything about it other than that. And that's the program that she was doing. So I was like, okay, I could do this from home. Hey, stranger, you have great results. I want to do this program with you. And I want the discount. So I'm going to sign up with this coach discount thing, but I don't have time for it because this is my life. She was like, okay, no problem. Here you go. Let's get you set up. I was familiar with some of the product line, and I have super high standards, and I was very impressed with the adaptogen and stuff that were in it. So it's like, okay, I'll do that bundle package thing, and we'll see what happens. So she got me set up, and she said, hey, since you have this coach account, if you have any friends or family members that want to join my group, then you can refer them and add them into the group I'm already running. I know you don't have any time, but you could do that, and then you could get basically the referral bonus from them doing this with you. I was like, no brainer, duh. Mom, mother-in-law, sister-in-law, best friend, check out this chick's results. Let's do this together. It's only 20 minutes. Like, the workout was only 22 minutes from home, and I want to get in shape after baby. And they're like, yeah, no problem. Sign me up. And I got a $200 check the next week. And I'm like, wait, what? And that's literally how this whole thing started. I wanted nothing to do with it. So that is my kind of background into this. And honestly, it's become everything I never knew existed that I always prayed for. I was Googling, how do I become a nurse from home, make a difference in people's lives, but be able to not miss a moment in my kid's life? How do I work on my own schedule? How can I make nurses income and be able to do it with this kind of flexibility where I don't have a boss who is like hounding me and only talking to me when I do things wrong? That's was my job in the prison. And so here I am 5.5 years later, living that dream. And that is what I want to share with you. So I truly believe that a successful entrepreneur discovers how to successfully solve people's problems. I was listening to Charlie Kirk the other day, and he had repeated this as well, that if you want to be successful in business, you find a problem that people have and you learn how to solve it. And when I saw the platform that this company has created, again, I was very hesitant to join any company because I'd done it myself. I've created $1,500 to $5,000 health programs on my own, and it was freaking so much work and so much time. And I knew I couldn't do that with kids. And so I saw the problem that people were having. I saw the problem that I had, and then I saw a potential solution. And that is what I really believe this is. It has, and I'm going to teach you why here in a second, because that is the foundation of this business and every successful business that you see out there. Is they're solving people's problems. And right now our world has a lot of problems, and we need some more tangible solutions that we can bring to them. So let's talk about the problems, shall we? I mean, I think you guys can probably guess what some of the biggest problems our world and our countries is having right now. Anxiety disorders are through the roof. It is now the most common mental illness in the US, affecting 40 million adults in the United States. And I think it's probably higher. Then let's talk about obesity. And this is a touchy subject. And obviously, this is not from any place of judgment. This is from a heart of how can we serve our communities better? How can we do this better? We know that COVID-19 is sweeping through the world right now. We know that there's so much fear and anxiety around it. And it's become, if you follow me at all on social media, my mission to help empower people. There's so much out of our control right now. What can we control? We can control our healthy habits and our lifestyle. So let's teach people more how to feel empowered to be at a healthy weight, and how to eat more fruits and vegetables, and how to move their bodies more in the midst of the chaos. Because studies have shown that obesity may triple the risk of hospitalizations due to COVID-19. That's a big deal. So let's help people in that area. That's something I can do, something you could do. That's something that a coach does. The US adult obesity rate right now, well, this is actually done in 2019. These are all from the CDC's website, was at 42.4%. And I bet you that's gone up since lockdowns. Nearly 20% of children in the US ages 2 to 19 are not only overweight, they are obese. That's something that we can do something about. That's how I was wired. How can we affect change and prevent complications? That's what we're talking about here. 70% of unvaccinated Americans say they'll leave their job if there is a mandate. That's a big number, right? That was on a recent poll that was done. And again, I know this is a touchy subject, but it's something that I think we need to talk about. There's a lot of people that are at risk of losing their job right now. Some of you are at risk of losing your job right now and not knowing what you're going to do. And so for me, going back to what is a successful business built on, is identifying the problems and then proposing a solution. How do we serve people here? And that's what Literally, this business model is geared around helping people become healthier and helping them earn an income from home by helping people become healthier. And I think that that's pretty rad. Another statistic that you can find on the CDC's website is that approximately 65% of people who die from cardiovascular disease and cancer could be prevented by living a healthy lifestyle. The CDC's definition of a healthy lifestyle is, are you ready for it? Being at a healthy weight, exercising regularly, and eating more plants. That's it. It has nothing to do with so many other things that we can do. It's those three things. 65% of people who die from heart disease and cancer could be prevented from doing these things. So why aren't we putting more emphasis on these proven factors that will increase people's quality of life and longevity? Who does that? That's what I do. That's what you could do. That's what the people that I mentor and train, that's what they do, is we're helping people learn how to make this their reality. Okay, so if you haven't caught on, obviously by now, I probably should have prefaced this in the very, very beginning. I work with the company BEACHBODY. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that there's a lot of people that do this wrong. When I first started and heard it was BEACHBODY, I'm like, that name is so dumb and seems quite I don't know, surfacey, shallow. I don't know why they chose that name. It is what it is. But in my years of experience, I want to tell you why I chose that, knowing that you know what you know about me now and what we're doing. Because it really is different than a lot of different platforms and even companies out there who still are doing a great job and doing great work helping people. This is different than anything that you will find out there. And here's why. So first of all, we have a world-class platform with a total solution. It's a proven 5-part approach to empowering people to get real results in their health journey. And I'm going to show you the next slide is going to show you exactly what those 5 parts are. I get invited and asked and proposed several times a month from other companies because they see my message and what I stand for and my education videos and my YouTube channel, and they ask me and invite me, I just want you to check out our company's compensation plan because it's better. I just want, like, what if I send you all these products for free, no risk to you, because I think that you'll like this better, you're going to make more money. First of all, most of that is not true. Second of all, I would never downgrade. Even if I were to, I've thought about in the past, I thought about becoming a personal trainer. To me, that'd be a downgrade only because I have the total solution right now. I have fitness, nutrition, supplements, mindset coaching, and a support platform to give to my clients. Why would I ever switch to something that was only one piece of the 5? I want the 5 because I know that every person needs those 5 things to be truly vibrantly healthy. So I would never downgrade what I can offer my clients when I already have the total solution. So that's something that I see extreme value in, probably one of the top. Secondly, from a business perspective, you have zero overhead. You really have zero overhead. You don't have to purchase anything to grow your business. The only thing that you purchase to get started is your access to all of our tools with the fitness and the nutrition, and you're going to try some of the supplements that fits what your needs are. You have zero business overhead. That's non-existent. And especially in a brick and mortar, right? Most people are in the red for 5 years as an entrepreneur before you ever make any kind of profit. This is not that. So there's really no risk, and it's why most people don't take it seriously, if I'm being honest. Next, anyone can be successful no matter what your background is. A lot of people see my background and they get intimidated by it and they think, well, you're only successful because you're a nurse. Let me tell you right now, in nursing school, they taught me nothing about nutrition or holistic health or the importance of, regular fitness or adaptogens and hormones and preventative health the way that I teach it and the way that I know it now. That did not come from nursing school. Maybe some of my investigative skills came from nursing school, and I did learn a lot from there. But this, you don't have to have a degree of any kind, really. You just have to have a work ethic and a passion to serve people and problem solving skills and to be teachable. And if you have those things and you want to be successful, you can blow it out of the water. You don't have to have a background. This company does have 20 plus years of credibility, which I really appreciate. If you've ever heard of P90X or Hip Hop Abs, those are from Beachbody. 21 Day Fix, that's a Beachbody program. A lot of the fitness programs people have done before, they don't realize that it's part of this company. They've been around for a very long time. And now, as of a couple months ago, we are a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange, which is a very exciting thing. You can buy stock in Beachbody now, and the marketing, it is everywhere, which means as a business owner, you don't have to spend a fortune in marketing because it's already everywhere. Most people are going to know about Beachbody, if they don't already, by the end of the year. Next, you get paid to get fit and promote wellness. How many of you have had a stressful job or you work really hard, and what's the first thing that's to go on the back burner? Your own health, your own fitness, your own wellness, your own healthy habits. Even if you don't have a job and you're just a mom, I'm a mom of 3, and I get it. It's so hard sometimes to fit in your own self-care. This is your job when you're a coach, is to figure out how to make it happen. And that's going to look different for different people in different seasons of life. But it is extremely valuable that your job is to focus, like figure out how to work out in your busy schedule. Figure out how to eat healthy in your busy schedule. Let's figure out how to shift our mindset, become more mentally agile in the middle of a stressful world. Let's learn how to turn off the news and turn on a podcast or an audiobook that's going to help prepare us and strengthen us to really thrive in the days ahead that nobody knows what that's going to look like, right? And then your job is to promote that lifestyle to other people. You figure out how to make it work for you, and then you teach other people that relate to your level of crazy in your own life. You teach them how to do it because you're showing them how you're doing it so that they see success through your eyes. And then lastly, everything is ready for you to start immediately. There's no reinventing the wheel. So when I graduated from my program to become a certified holistic health coach, I had some business resources, but I had to create all my own programs. I spent hundreds of hours building programs. And then I would charge a certain fee. I charged $75 for a 1-hour session as a health coach. And I would spend an hour and go through an evaluation process with a client. And then I would give them recommendations, but they still had to go buy the supplements. They had to go buy the gym membership. They had to go buy the other things. And I had to have so much prep time to get to that point. But when you join with Beachbody's platform, you're not recreating anything. So for those of you who are really in that place where you're like, I do want to affect change now, and I do want to build a business now to provide income for my family now, everything is already created for you. What's already created for you? This. So these are those 5 elements of transformation that I was talking to you about, that proven 5-part approach to the total solution. This is what a coach does essentially. And when you get started, this is your first job, is to become a coach of yourself first and do this for yourself. So this is our platform with Beachbody, that you get all of these tools. You choose a fitness program, which there are hundreds, if not, I think thousands of different workouts that you can choose from now. The difference here is that we have programs, like complete start to finish programs. You can do 8 weeks of the work, which is a program with an MBA trainer. You can do 21 Day Fix, which is a 21-day program with a different trainer. You can do a bar blend program. I think that one's 6 weeks. That's all about, bar. You can do PIO, which is completely non-impact. There are different kinds of fitness programs for every different kind of need, goal, lifestyle, injury, modality, everything. And they're always creating new ones, which I really appreciate and love. One of the newest additions to our tool belt that we have is called BOD. So our platform for fitness is called Beachbody On Demand, or BOD. And then Body with the I at the end stands for BOD Interactive. Starting next month, we're in the beta phase right now. So if you do decide to do this, you get 30 days free to try it out, the beta phase. But starting in October, we are launching live classes. So like, how people are motivated to go to the gym and go to a 6 a.m. Lifting class. to do with other people. Well, now you can do that, but from your computer. There's live classes that you can sign up to do. You can have opportunity to be on what's called the podcast. So this, I'll show you a picture towards the end of what it looks like. But the studio that they do this is the trainer's filming live. Let's example, say 6 a.m. And there's these screens all around them where you can sign up to be on one of those screens to be one of the people that's on the podcast. So you and your girlfriend can sign up to be on the podcast, and you can all sign up to do the 6 a.m. workout together and have a texting community if you want, or through our support app, which I'll tell you about. But it's such a next level awesome opportunity for keeping people motivated, but it's also fun. I did one this morning with one of my girlfriends, since today's in honor of 9/11 and Patriot Day. We decked out in red, white, and blues. They're still wearing it. And we worked out together with one of those bot interactive workouts, and it was so much fun. So you have that in your toolkit. Next, you have nutrition programs to choose from. And I'll tell you again, my own ego got in the way, and I was like, this Beachbody program does not know more than me about nutrition, and I'm sure it's not up to my standards. I'm sure there's things that I'm going to disagree with. And boy, was I humbled. We have 2 incredible nutritional courses that people can take. You do not have to, but you have that in your back pocket to offer your clients, and also for you to try yourself. One of them is more macro based. Most of you have probably seen, I should have brought them over here, these little color coded containers that started with Beachbody's Portion Fix program. Not only will you get the containers to help you measure your portions, to teach people portion control, but you get these amazing videos that teach you about why it works and what to do when you plateau, why people struggle with sugar cravings, what sugar does to the body, how to read ingredient labels, how to go grocery shopping. This fly is bugging me. How to organize your fridge. See, things like that, how to set it up for your kids. You get 75 kids lunch recipe ideas in there. And then the other nutritional program actually started as a clinical trial at UCLA, and it's called 2B Mindset. And it is specifically geared towards weight loss. However, you can adjust it if weight loss is not a goal of yours. And there's no food list. There's no measuring your food or counting calories. You learn more intuitive eating and how to plate your meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. It has more of a food tracking program. And the videos that go along with that program is very much about healing negative emotions with food, people who struggle with emotional eating or chronic dieting, who have they're terrified of carbs, things like that. That's personally what I follow right now in this phase of life, because it's very simple to follow, but very, very effective. So you and your clients will get access to both of those nutritional courses, which is just phenomenal that we have that. And this is why you don't have to have a background. You don't have to. I mean, it's awesome if you do, but you don't have to, because all of this is created by the experts. You're just the middle person being the advocate between your client, where they want to be, and plugging the tools to that will help them be successful to where they want to go. Next, we have supplements. And this is a very big deal for me, because again, I have very high standards when it comes to supplements. I know a lot of the fillers and bad ingredients that get put in a lot of supplements, and I would never be a part of anything that had any of those on my no list. I'll put it that way. So Shakeology is one that I am a huge fan of. I'm probably one of the nerdiest people, and the 500,000 people that are affiliated with Beachbody as a coach, I'm probably one of the nerdiest people that you'll meet. I have tons of trainings on why I chose it, on the questions that people ask. Basically, it is, if you're not familiar with it, it is a wellness shake supplement. And most people think it's a protein powder. It's not. It's only 20% of what Shakeology actually is. It is created to address the 5 major nutritional deficiencies of the average adult. So it's like a liquid multivitamin beyond. It's got adaptogens to help with stress support and energy. It has antioxidants and phytogreens. Power greens. It has a digestive support complex with probiotics, prebiotics, enzymes, and fiber. It's got essential fatty acids. It does have the the protein component. It has a whey or a vegan option with plant-based protein. It's got a lot in it. And most people will not invest in the supplements or take the amount of pills needed to get the equivalent in every single day. So I love the ease. I love the ease. I usually put it in one of these shaker bottles with just ice and water, and I'm off because my life is crazy. There's also a very clean performance line for athletes that I just finished this. A natural pre-workout line, a natural BCA recover line, a natural electrolyte replacement formula that is far superior to any Gatorade or hydration supplement that you see out there that you can buy at the store. All these are with clean ingredients. There's Power Green supplements. So I do green shots every single morning. And then there's really powerful cleanses. There's a 3-day cleanse, and then there's a 21-day ultimate reset cleanse. My husband and I are actually going to do it again starting in October. So from a supplement perspective, you've got a little market that you could choose from to match your clients with and try out for yourself. There's bars that are cheaper than the bars that you will find at the grocery store and far superior in ingredients, and they taste amazing. So if you're buying bars, you could buy these bars, save money, and give your family really high quality things. So I'm really thankful for that. As a coach, I have access to that. And then there's the mindset component. You can have all the things and not do them because your mind is in the wrong place, right? We all know that our mindset is so important, especially right now. The mind is a battlefield. So part of your job as a coach is to invest in your mindset. So I start every day reading my Bible and, okay, Jesus, how in the heck am I supposed to deal with the world right now? I need you to teach me that. So that's part of it. And then I also listen to podcasts or listen to audiobooks. There was one I was listening to. There's just so many. The Compound Effect is a fantastic one to start with. If you don't know, if you have questions, then you can always ask me. I'm a big fan of Trent Shelton. He has a book called The Greatest You, and it really helps put you in that mindset of moving forward rather than staying stuck in all the problems that we're all facing right now. And that is a really powerful gift to give yourself and other people. And then lastly, we have support. You decide how you want to be supported, and you ask your clients how they want to be supported. And this is going to be different for everybody. I personally love a good text thread. Some people hate it. So with Beachbody, they give you what's called a bod group, and you for free get access to an app, a tracking app where you can communicate with all of your clients that's off social media. And you can also log in online, schedule posts for the next week. That's what I do usually on Saturdays or Sundays is I'll schedule posts for the whole week. I run a leaderboard on there because you can see your clients, them logging their workouts. You can see them logging their Shakeology. There's a nutrition app where you can log your meals. You don't have to use it, but it's an option. Some people like to do Facebook groups, not so much anymore with the craziness that's happening on social media. But that is an important component, is you just learn what works for you, and that's how you roll with it. This total solution approach I've come to love because people will get results every time. No questions asked. You will experience an improvement in your life if you do these things. And that is what we do as coaches in a nutshell. Okay, so let's talk finances, because in any business, you want it to be successful. The point of starting a business is to earn an income, right? However, the most successful businesses usually start with a non-financial incentive, or a non-financial motive, I should say. And that's what I love about this, is that I started this not for money, because I was making over 6 figures. I was making 6 figures in working in a prison. And I used to tell my friends, I feel like a heart whore, because I knew I was essentially felt like I was selling my soul and my purpose and my passion and my mission for a paycheck. And it paid the bills and it earned us a lot of money, but I wasn't fulfilled in what I was doing, because I knew I was meant for more. So while money is important when you're working, it's not everything. And I think that you would probably agree with me. So how does it work with this? A lot of people think this is just sales and you earn through commission, and that's not true. That's part of it. And in the beginning, it is a big chunk of it for most people. So the referral commission, how that works is we earn 25 to 40% commission on products and programs that people purchase through our website. If you help your first 12 people with a total solution, you'll earn approximately $1,000 in just commission. And that doesn't have to do with the other part of our compensation plan. I will say that Beachbody's compensation plan is different than other companies in that it's set up to be heavier in back end income versus heavier in front end income. And that is a big deal because you don't want to be someone that's constantly hustling to sell something every single month, day in and day out for years on end. That is not, in my opinion, that's not the goal. I want to build something that's set up for me to work less and make more. And just 5.5 years in, I've already very much experienced that. So that's where you learn about the building a team part. And in the beginning, when you're learning about this for yourself, that sounds very like, that's a lot. Like you're like, I don't even know if I know about this for myself or if I would even like this myself. I'm not going to think about building a team. However, I want you to think about the problems that we went over. So many people need something like this. And so it's a gift to give to other people. It's not just about how you'll benefit, but it really is about how they will benefit. And that's why Saturday morning, I'm here doing this kind of webinar and recording it so that I can get it out to more people because it's been the biggest blessing to my family. My kids will have a very different future because of this business. And so this is something to think about. When you start building a team, you have other people who come to you and are like, okay, I'd like to learn a little bit more about how I could refer people to do this. You will earn residual income in weekly bonuses. We get paid every week on Thursdays. You can earn annual luxury vacations for your family, which nowadays travel is like weird, right? However, I have the last one that we went on was I took my husband, it was just me and him on a cruise to the Caribbean. And I never could have done that if I was still at my regular nursing job. And I never obviously would have earned a trip like that through any kind of nursing job either. So the fact that I got to earn that for me and my husband was like insane, like such a blessing. We've been to the Riviera Maya and earned every single year I've earned this. It's not that hard, to be honest with you, to earn this paid for vacation. We have tickets to Punta Cana. I don't know if we're going to go, but we do have all-inclusive resort tickets there to the Hard Rock Hotel for this next spring. And it's just such an awesome perk, I will say, of doing this. Okay, next, you can earn 5 to 10% matching bonuses. If your people, let's say that your best friends sign up and they're like, okay, I want to learn how to do this too, and they are rock stars, you earn an additional 5 to 10% of what they earn. That's pretty cool. And then there's quarterly profit sharing opportunities of the whole company opportunities based on your growth. And at a certain level, you can earn significant quarterly bonuses that range from $800 to like $60,000 a quarter. I just like for people to know the opportunity because I didn't know about everything in the beginning, and it really changes like what you can build with this. Where you get into something like nursing and you're like, okay, it's a good, solid paying job, but this isn't existent. And so for me, it's appealing and I wanted to share it with you. You don't have to worry about it right now, but those are the different potential ways to earn money. I will say, and I have to say the disclaimer, obviously, neither myself nor the company of Beachbody guarantee any level of earning for each person. It just depends on your own ambition level and your skill and your diligence and your own work. And that should be a no-brainer, but I have to say it for all the lawyers out there. Okay, so a couple of recent upgrades. I promised you we're at the end. The Mix Fitness 2 bike. Beachbody just got bikes, and they're epic. This bike right here comes in black and white with these matching dumbbell set that you can get. And we literally released them on September 21st, which is 10 days from today. You as a coach can refer your friends to get this bike. It is a fraction of the price of the Peloton. I'm told it's better. I don't know from experience. I know people who love their Peloton. But the screen flips around so that you can do all your other Beachbody workouts here and do your spin Beachbody workouts here. Isn't that so cool? I'm like so excited about this and what it's going to do for people's health and fitness and health and fitness and for our businesses. I think it's an incredible opportunity that we have to offer people. So that's happening in 10 days. And then this is a screenshot of Beachbody On Demand Interactive that I was telling you about, which has been so much fun. Okay, common fears squashed. And I reworded this morning because I think that it's easier to go through. So first of all, Beachbody does not dilute or lessen my credentials. I know what I can do to help people, and a lot of people in with any part of my background or personal trainers or who have any kind of degree think that Beachbody makes them less than, and that is not true. I personally work with ER physicians, naturopaths, several personal trainers, several specialists, nurse practitioners who also are Beachbody coaches because they see what I see and how we can serve people with this platform and this tool and at a fraction of the price of what it would cost if they purchase everything separately. It does not dilute or lessen who I am, or will it dilute or lessen who you are? Number two, I am not a product pusher. That's a lot of people's fears. I just don't want to push a product on someone. Well, then don't. I'm not that. And if you follow me on social media at all, you know that that is not what I do at all. Do these products really make a difference in people's lives? Heck yeah. Do I use them every day? Absolutely. And do I tell people that? Yes, because why would I want to keep something to myself that helps me function as a mom of three running two family businesses in the middle of absolute chaos? I want other people to know what my secrets are. I do not annoy my friends and my family. A lot of people say, I don't want to annoy people. Well, then don't annoy people. This is a gift that you're giving to other people. Our suicide rate has gone through the roof. We just heard of a young girl locally who ended her life, and it broke my heart. It broke my heart. And people in your circle are struggling right now with anxiety and depression. And you have no idea if this gift and this community and this support and this kind of hope and belief could be just what they need to find purpose in life again. And so and I've talked to people who, because of a Beachbody coach, they chose not to end everything. And ever since I've heard those stories, I have promised myself I will never let a fear or an insecurity of my own get in the way of me giving this gift to somebody else, because that's exactly what it is. This is not an MLM scheme. Insert annoyed emoji face here. I don't get me wrong. Okay, I'm streaming this live on YouTube, and I've had so many haters, mostly from YouTube, also on social media, tell me that I'm just pushing my MLM scheme. First of all, people don't know what that word even means anymore. They just throw it around loosely. This is not a scheme of any kind. I am not tricking anyone into doing anything. This is something that actually works that I'm sharing with people. I'm sharing fitness programs and nutrition programs and products with people. The amazing side is that it is network marketing, which I didn't know about before I learned about it. It's brilliant. I get to empower you with business tools and business knowledge and be invested in you for free. And my coach invests in me for free. And we become this successful family and support each other because of the business structure, not in spite of it. So I've come to love and appreciate network marketing so much because I found a platform that I can really stand behind. I couldn't do this with mascara. I couldn't do this with candles. I love oils. I couldn't do this with oils. There's makeup and hair products that I buy from people that I love and believe in them. I couldn't do this with those things. I do it with this company because I stand behind the total solution. I know I'm making a difference in people's lives in the way that I was wired to do. Okay, next one. People don't think I'm just trying to sell something to them. I typed that's a typo. People don't think I'm just trying to sell them something, is what I meant to say there. I really share my heart and my mission, and that's important that people know where you're coming from. I started this working, as I told you, 40 to 60 hours a week in a prison with a new baby and a husband on call 24/7. I promise you, you have the time. Even if life is crazy, I promise you, you have the time. One of my mentors in this business, she's exceedingly successful. And she started as an attorney working 90 hours a week with an autistic son at home. I promise you, you have the time. Just like anything, if something's worth it to you, you have the time and you will make the time. I don't have six pack abs and I never have had six pack abs. So if that's something that's holding you back where you're like, oh man, I'm just like not at my goal weight or I'm not even in shape, it doesn't matter. That's the cool part. People don't always want you to be better than them at everything in order to do something with you. They want to be invited along the journey with you. So when I started, I had just had a baby and I needed to lose baby weight and I couldn't do a push up on my knees. That made me relatable. And so other people who couldn't do push-ups on their knees said, "Yeah, let's get better at push-ups together." Does that make sense? Rather than me being like perfect in everything and saying, "You need to do better, so follow me because I'm awesome." That's not what this is about. This is about a journey, you finding the solutions to your problems and then sharing those with other people. Second to last, I started with a small social media following and a fake name. Remember how I told you my husband was working 40 to 60 hours, or my husband was working as an investigator in prison? Well, he would interview people like gang members, and I couldn't have my real last name on social media because we had the same last name. So I went by my first and my middle name. And I had private accounts, and my social media isn't massive by any means right now. I think I have 5,000 followers on Instagram, but it started much lower than that. And if you are someone that's like, I'm not even on social media, it doesn't matter. You just need to connect with people however you want to connect with people. That could be in your current workplace, in mom groups, however you want to do it, at Starbucks and at Costco, at local patriot rallies. It doesn't matter. Just connect with people somehow. I personally love social media because it's a very dark place where people need the light right now. So that's what I'm determined to do. And I do connect with people there and my people there. And it's been a huge blessing. Lastly, this is the cheapest business launch ever with the potential of making 6 to 7 figures. My personal mentor and one of my dearest friends is my Beachbody coach, that stranger with the six pack or the amazing transformation that I reached out to. She does make an incredible income with this. And her mentor makes an incredible income with this that ranges into the 6 to 7 figures. The potential is there. A percentage of people actually are willing to put in the work and do it, but the potential is there. Again, income disclaimer, that's not guaranteed for anyone, but the potential is there. And you have to invest in your own health in the beginning. It is the cheapest business launch that you will ever find out there. Okay, so what kind of support will you receive as a new coach if you decide to do this? I have everything laid out for you because, again, I don't want you to reinvent the wheel. So you're going to get a welcome email from me with a new coach getting started right checklist. It will tell you exactly what you need to do to get started and be successful. I host weekly team calls. They are on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. They're always recorded for people who can't make them. You have a whole coach office and a training library that you can nerd out on as much as you want to. There is a new coach message support thread on Facebook if you are on Facebook and you want to be a part of that. We have a team page where I've organized resources and put different helpful tools in there. That's where I communicate with the whole group and where I give support. The whole team gives support. There's a lot of other new coaches and people at different parts in their journey. We have weekly corporate calls and a private corporate page with product trainings and support. So there's a lot there. I don't recommend diving into everything at once because you're going to overload yourself. But there's a lot of support, free support for the business that you will receive. Okay, some questions of clarity. These changed my life. My coach asked me after I signed up those first 4 people by accident. She said, "Okay, Jessica, I need to know. I know that you like your job right now." I did, to be honest. But I want to know from you, 5 years from now, what does the best version of your life look like? I put in here of your co-created life. Because, right, God gives us opportunities and then we also create along with him. What does it look like 5 years from now? And dream big. Failure is off the table. If you could have anything, what would you want your life to look like? And I will never forget sitting at my kitchen table with my husband with our new baby that was healthy, with our 2 lab puppy dogs that we had and our white picket fence, earning more than enough income and feeling dumb because no one had ever asked me that question. Never have I asked myself that question, and I didn't know how to respond. So if you find yourself in that same place of like, I don't even know what that would look like, you're not alone. But I would, if you're married, I'd encourage you to talk with your spouse about this question and really get clear on what you want to build. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be 5 years from now? The world, politics to the side, what do you want to have? Is it important for you to have like a homestead on a farm somewhere? Do you want to move states? Do you want to be able to earn income from home? Do you want to keep your job and maybe promote in your job? Do you want to have kids? Do you want to support your kids to go to college? 5 years from now, what do you want? And then once you get some clarity on that, ask yourself, will your current path that you're on right now get you there? And if so, don't change a thing. Don't get sidetracked. Stay on path to where you're going because that's what's most important in life is for you to be the best version of yourself and follow your God-given passions and callings and mission because we need you to do that. The world needs each of us to be the gift that we were created to be to the world, right? If we all did that, all the problems would disappear overnight. So don't move if you're on the right path. But if you're not, ask yourself, could this be the vessel to create that vision? I think it's important to say that my main goal in life is not to be a successful Beachbody coach. My main goal in life is to make a difference in people's lives, is to be the best mom possible for my 3 tiny humans, to raise strong, tiny children in God's image. That was very bizarre. My son's motorized in my very dramatic. That was a dramatic ending there, but his race car just turned on by itself. Going back to my goals as a mom, right, is to invest in my kids and be fully present with them, is to be an awesome wife and to have a strong relationship with my husband, and to really be able to have a generational impact in as many people's lives as possible, to breathe hope and empowerment and inspiration and love and joy and life into them. And so this path that I'm on with coaching aligns fully and completely with all of those things. And that's what I will leave you with, is to ask yourself if this would align with you and what you have been wired to do on this earth. If so, and you're like, okay, I want to do this, I want to check it out, there's no obligation to really do anything as far as like goals or requirements to do something, buy something every month. That's not what this is about. But if you want to learn how to get started, please reach out to me. This is my email on here. Or if I was not the person to invite you to this and somebody else on our team did, please reach out to them and we will help you get started. We will get you started with the total solution pack. I didn't put that image on here, but that includes everything. There's 2 options. One is only $160. The other is $210, I want to say. The only difference in them is the products that are included, the supplements that are included. And you get a full year access to all of our fitness programs, those first 30 days to the body beta that I was telling you about, those live workouts. You get lifetime access to the nutrition programs, all of the nutrition tools, and then you get all of our coaching, you get our business support, and then you get the supplements as well. So if this is something you're interested in, please reach out. I am going to, excuse me, stop the recording and stop sharing my screen and then give you guys the opportunity to ask any questions here. Hold on one second. Let me stop.